Good afternoon, children.
Good afternoon, Daddy. How are you doing today?
I'm doing wonderful. February 17th,
17.
civil. Civil, that's the word, civil. Do you know what civil means?
Civil.
What?
Civil, like in civil rights?
Right.
Kinda. Kinda. When you add civil rights to it, it makes that phrase mean something that's off to the side, but it's connected. Okay? But the civil part of civil rights,
I don't know what that means.
it's there. It's in civil rights. You're going down the right path. But civil rights take the meaning of civil and add something to it. Okay? So, civil. What do you think it means? Reject.
What I think civil means is to have the right to do something.
No, it doesn't. Stop that. All right, let's read the verse. Let's read the story example. And then let's see if we can come to what civil means, okay? We're reading from Colossians chapter 4, verse 6. NIRV. Let the words you speak always be filled with grace. Learn how to make your words what people want to hear. Then you will know how to answer everyone. Let the words you speak always be filled with grace. Learn how to make your words what people want to hear. Then you will know how to answer everyone. Levi sat in math class on Friday afternoon. Everyone was restless and ready to go home for the weekend. As the afternoon went on, he noticed other students getting more and more disruptive. They were joking around when they should have been working and were talking while the teacher was trying to go over the lesson. Normally, Levi would have joined in with his classmates, but he noticed how his teacher looked stressed as well, and he hoped that keeping his mouth shut might help. What you say is important. It's also important to know when not to speak. Be polite and kind. Be polite and kind can change. Let me start over. Being polite and kind can change
What are you doing?
The paper is not pushing back in.
Okay, my bad, guys. I had lost my place. Can change someone's day for the better. Your words are powerful. It can be tempting to try to sound cool or to puff yourself up with your words. Instead, let others be the one to praise you and not yourself. Let things you say be encouraging and mindful. How can you practice being polite with your words today? That's the question. How can you practice being polite with your words today?
I can practice being polite with my words by, for example, when Nalani does something annoying to me and I start saying mean words to her. Today, if she does something annoying, I could just say, "That's annoying, may you stop," or something like that, instead of shouting mean words at her.
Nalani, how can you practice being polite today?
If Nathan keeps interrupting me, then I'll say, just
mean word and then it'll say, leave me alone.
What?
What? That's not polite. That's mean.
I know. I have an example for her.
Ow.
For who?
No, for her. No, like, I know it. I have
one.
one. I know which one.
How about you explain to me how can you practice being polite today?
Okay. This is a polite. Polite. So how I can be polite is that, I mean, how can I could be polite today by, for example, if me and Nami were fighting today, instead of yelling at her and just trying to, like, be angry at her, I would say, let's stop the fight and let's come to a solution.
Conclusion.
I said solution.
I said conclusion.
Okay. Okay. Well, let's go back to the word civil. Civil means we can engage one another, even when we disagree, without being antagonistic, without attacking each other, without calling each other names, without being disrespectful towards one another. We can have a conversation, a discussion. We can deal with one another in a manner deserving of respect. Okay? As a child of God, as a creature, you deserve respect. You deserve respect. You deserve, some people say, I'll give you respect when you give me respect. Those people are wrong. You deserve respect by simply existing. Okay? When you are not civil, when you're not civil, you create the environment for there to be more strife between you and whoever you're not civil with. Okay? So, going back to your civil rights thing, right? The people that was fighting for civil rights were fighting for the right to be treated with respect and dignity, just like everyone else. Okay? So,
But they weren't fighting. They were fighting with words.
Thank you.
some with words, some with protests and boycotts, some with violence.
What's boycotts? A boycott is like basically like a protest with like people who march.
Oh yeah.
Well, to be more specific, a boycott is when you decide not to participate in an activity. For example,
Like how?
let's say you're working on a job and you don't like the way you're treated at that job. What you can do is you can organize people that would normally go to that place. Let's say you work at a McDonald's and you can tell people, hey, they're not treating us right here, okay? And folks can stop going to McDonald's and boycott McDonald's. They won't buy no more McDonald's because they don't support a business that don't treat their employees right. Now, if the employees get together and say, we're not going to come back to work, that's a strike. That's a form of type of boycott, but that's a strike. But a boycott is when we don't participate. We're not going to buy any of their products. We're not going to go to any of those events. We're not going to go participate in any type of program to boycott that situation. There are some times when a family can cause a mom to boycott them and she won't participate in motherhood no more, and we be stuck. We'll starve to death. And I'm just joking. I'm kidding. But yeah. So to be civil,
It came out.
yeah, I understand. To be civil, meaning, one, stop yelling at your sisters. Stop yelling at your brother. Stop yelling at your sisters. Stop yelling at your brother and your sisters. Y'all can communicate one another without all the yelling. Don't be disrespectful. There should be no name calling. There should be no antagonizing. I notice there are times where y'all disagree with each other just for the sake of disagreeing, just so y'all can have conflict. Okay? I seen it, so I shouldn't hear nobody try to dispute me. Okay? That's being civil. Having the ability to engage somebody. You may not like them, okay? You may not agree, but y'all still can interact with respectfully towards one another. That's being civil. And when you do that, this scripture says you're making your words what people want to hear. And you're giving yourself the ability to know how to answer people. Okay? Why does that work your benefit? When you make your words what people want to hear, then you're making yourself more persuasive. Okay? You're making yourself more credible. People want to hear what you got to say, so they'll listen. But the moment you start antagonizing somebody, you shut their ability or desire to want to listen to what you got to say, you shut it off. That's civil.